Okay, let's do this.
Alright, this is it, the grand finale of the video series of how to study in Canada. After this video, I'm straight up making a video on the top 10 scholarships for international students in Canada, so make sure to subscribe so you get an update when I upload that. But let's get into today's video. So I'm just gonna picture that you're at the airport of Canada already. Imagine everything went well. You got admitted to the university or college of your dreams, you got your visa, your parents are proud of you, maybe not, but I am. Now you need to know what important documents to bring with you to Canada, what to pack, and what things to expect once you get here. So let's get right into it. So what are the documents you need to have with you when you come to Canada? So once you arrive in Canada, you will meet a border services officer. The officer will ask you to see your passport or any other travel documents, ask you a few questions, and make sure that you meet the requirements to enter Canada as a student. They usually ask you about the length of your study and where you're staying. So you have to show them a valid passport, the letter of introduction that the visa office sent you when they approved your study permit, a copy of the letter of acceptance from your institution, proof that you have enough money to support yourself during your stay in Canada, letters of reference or any documents that the visa office asks you to bring with you, and of course your temporary resident visa. Keep all your documents in a secure but accessible place. So for international students, a lot of people will tell you try to put your documents in an extremely secure, safe place in your carry-on bags. Don't do that. Just try to have a backpack where you can put all your documents in a clear file so that when the immigration officer at the border asks you for the documents, you just reach for them and give it to them. Instead of trying to go through your carry-on luggage and going through all your clothes, don't do that. It's also a good idea to keep a copy of your transcripts and any other documents you think might be necessary. It's just better to have them handy. Second up, what you need to pack. Okay, please don't bring your mom's chicken curry or beef curry all the way to Canada. All the way 7,500 miles to Canada. They have tons of Indian restaurants here. I get it. You love your mom's cooked food and your mom loves you, but you can tell her that you love her verbally. Just don't pack your bags with weird things like forks, brooms, coat hangers. Trust me, I've seen people doing it. Like, what's wrong with you? I know parents can get forceful sometimes with sending those things along with you. If you get randomly selected and they're gonna open your bags, just imagine how embarrassed you would be. Like if the officer asks you, what's in your bag? You're gonna be like,
get on the ground!
that's just weird. But if you resist, you can save yourself from the embarrassment if you ever get randomly selected. Listen, you can still do it if you want to, but just don't. I know you're asking, then what should I pack? Here's what you should do. Pack things that are absolutely necessary. Clothes and accessories. I know fitting your entire life in a suitcase can be tough, but it's also a chance to start fresh. Try to pack as simple as you can. Don't worry about bringing bulky items like bedding, towels, or small appliances. You can just buy them once you get here. Check when your flight arrives. If you get here daytime, great. Drop your stuffs off at a residence or wherever you're staying and then just go to Walmart or any grocery stores to shop for the things that you need. Buy out all the things right away like bed sheets, pillows, food if you need them, shower gels, and all that stuff. Also, don't bring soaps all the way to Canada. If you get here at nighttime, if you have family here, stay with them because it will be really convenient. But if you don't have family, try to stay the night at a hotel because your residence bedroom won't be furnished, which means no pillows, no blankets, no bed sheets, and you might also be starving. And trust me, it's not a pleasant experience at all because I went through that. And there was no Z at that time who warned me about that. That's why you should subscribe. Also, please dress to impress when you're an international student in Canada. Your appearance is your first impression. That's just the reality. Look the part, dress nice, shop some nice outfits before you get here. It doesn't need to be over the top, but simple and minimalistic will do. You can use Pinterest to get some fashion ideas or just Google university student outfits. One key element to consider is the Canadian winter. It gets really cold and many international students don't know what to expect, and that's why they can't really figure out what kind of jackets to buy. And that's understandable. I will recommend that you buy your winter jackets once you get here, because what usually happens is that you buy a few jackets back home and then you realize that those jackets aren't warm enough for the winter here. So you have to buy another jacket eventually. So it's just better that you buy one good jacket once you get here. You save money that way, and actually the time you get here during fall, the jackets are on sale. so it's perfect. But here's what you should get from home: sweaters, mittens, gloves, hoodies, woolen socks, woolen gloves, sweatpants and shirts, shoes. Bring some professional outfits like dress shirts or suits, because you might have presentations in the first few weeks when classes start. So as tempting it might seem to pack your favorite foods and other unnecessary things that you think are absolutely necessary, don't pack them. It's just not worth the hassle. Pack warm clothes, get a few fashion ideas, and start looking good. Now, what to expect on arrival. Here are two scenarios. Scenario 1, where just before landing in Canada, the flight attendant will give you a form to fill up. Fill out the form. Or scenario 2, where you just do that at a kiosk at the airport once you land. Fill out all the info correctly. Claim that you have up to $20 to $30 worth of gifts. Don't try to put the number 0 in there, else you might get randomly selected. And try to look proper too. After that, all international students have to pass through immigration. An officer will ask you for your passport and all the other documents I mentioned in step 1. Let the officer know that you're coming to Canada to study. You must let the officer know if you're carrying more than $10,000 with you. If you don't, they will fine you and might seize your funds. Here's where you're gonna have a big smile on your face. If the officer doesn't find any issue, the officer will print out your study permit and stamp your passport. Congrats, you made it. Don't get too excited. Read the document carefully and make sure that all the dates are correct on the document, and especially your name. There's really nothing to worry about. The process is extremely smooth and welcoming. And if everything is good, you head towards that exit. And guess what? You're in Canada. I'll be there at the gates to welcome you. I promise. Pick up your bags, and if you're already expecting family to pick you up, great. And if you don't, hopefully you signed up for the airport welcome service from your institution. Just go meet them and they will help you find transport so you can get to your residence. And with that being said, that's the end of the video series on how to apply for universities and colleges in Canada. I want to thank you 1,000 to those of you watching and staying tuned throughout this whole video series. This series means a lot to me because I'm setting up a trajectory for my career through this medium, and it's something I can look back at and see where I started. And you being part of this journey means a lot, and I really appreciate it. As I mentioned before with my videos, I want to set a lifestyle trend where you think beyond the norm and realize that there's more to life than just being average. Okay, getting a bit hokey now, but there are lots of other awesome videos coming out soon, and some interesting topics will be shared. I can't really tell you what it is right now, so you have to come back and see for yourself. So make sure to subscribe and like this video, and let me know what kind of content you want to see in the future. And that's it for today, guys. See you guys in the next video. Ciao.